You're good.
Okay.
Hi, it's 5:34. Michelle, can we have roll call, please?
Mr. Lawton,
Here.
Mr. Kutu,
Yeah.
Mr. DiMartino.
Here.
All right, we have three. Can we have a motion to go into executive session minutes, please? Executive session.
I'll make a motion.
And I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. I will see you on the other side. Give me a
Yeah,
minute
the
while I
other
switch
side.
computers.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So I got it. Mission
got it.
statement. West Warwick Public Schools, in partnership with the entire community, is dedicated to providing all learners with access and opportunity to a challenging, comprehensive education while developing 21st century skills in a safe, personalized learning environment.
Thank you, Joe. Rainey, can you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag
Flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Rainey. Can we have a motion to seal the executive session minutes, please?
I move that we seal my.
Motion, seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Superintendent's report. Karen.
Great. Thank you, Steve. Well, good evening, everyone here on Zoom with me that I see, and everybody in the audience. As you know well now from the communications from the district and from the building principals, wheels are in fast motion to open up school next week. Teachers start tomorrow. We have our teacher orientation day tomorrow, and then professional development days on Thursday and Friday. And the first day for students is Monday, the 14th. That is a distance learning day for everybody, like our normal schedule has indicated. And then starting Tuesday, students that will be coming in person will start arriving in person. So I can't thank everybody that's been working so hard in the district, district administrators, the building principals, the teachers, both unions. When I say that all hands have been on deck, all hands have been on deck. People spent a lot of their time over the summer, but also over this past long holiday weekend. So I really want to thank everybody first and foremost for the hard work. We're on track to open on Monday. We will open on Monday, and we're very excited about it. You know, like we've talked about, school will look different in a lot of ways this year, but we're prepared for it and we're ready. The principals have already started to communicate, and will communicate more to the families and to the kids once they start next week. You know, what are the protocols going to be? They'll talk about wearing masks. They'll talk about what arrival is going to look like at school, what dismissal will look like at school, what school will look like during the day in terms of going to lunch, bathroom breaks, mask breaks, recess will look different, PE will look different. So all of those things are starting to be communicated by the principals, and will be more towards the end of the week as well. So much more information to come about all of that. But most importantly, and I think it'll take us a few days to get used to those routines and let them become habits. And once they become habits, then it's just normal everyday routine. But most importantly, we're really excited to get back to school, whether you're a full distance learning student, a hybrid model, or a student that's going to come in 4 days a week. We're really excited just to get back to school. I don't think anyone's going to argue that doesn't need to happen. Seems like it's been forever. Even though we finished last year in distance learning, it just seems like it's been a really long time since we've just been back to school. So we're really excited. We're really excited to see everybody, whether it's in person or virtually, and really committed to providing a really good, positive experience for everybody this year. I just want to mention a couple of things that, again, the principals will talk about in more detail through their communications. But a few of the important things is that parents will need to do their daily attestation. In other words, before your student leaves for school for the day, you need to check at home to make sure they don't have any symptoms, cough, sneezing, sniffles, fever. There's the checklist on Aspen. So just a reminder that you need to check your kids every day before they leave for school. and you need to go into Aspen to make and check off that they don't have any of those symptoms. And if they do have any of those symptoms, as the Department of Health has told us, that you need to keep your child home that day and then follow the protocols around that. And again, all of that information will be coming from the school nurse, teacher, and the principal in your child's building. So just wanted to mention that as one of the most important things, so kind of right off the bat. Otherwise, we're working on transportation. The bus routes are being defined and refined, and no different than any other year as the year starts. If there's any changes in the bus routes we need to do, we'll work on that. Food service, just like we talked about before, food service, if your child receives lunch and breakfast in school, they'll still receive that in school. And if you're a full distance learning student, or on the days you do distance learning, you'll still have access to breakfast and lunch, just like we did in the spring. And that will be, that station will be up at the Civic Center. And there'll be more information about that regarding time and all of that in the upcoming couple of days. So in a very small, brief, just recap, that's where we're at. We're really excited. The principals have been working really hard over the past couple of days to refine placement. In other words, family choice of which of the 3 models that their child will participate in this year. So I want to thank them for that. And we'll just keep answering questions, and no different than any other beginning of a school year. There'll be things we'll need to work out along the way, but no different than any other typical year when we all go back in person. But, our goal is always to identify the problems, iron them out, and move along. So, again, in very short, that's where we're at. We're very excited to start next week.
Thank you, Karen.
You're welcome.
All right, we'll move on to discussion and approval of the consent agenda. A is open session minutes from August 18th, 2020. B is executive session minutes from August 18th, 2020. C are special meeting open session minutes from August 25th, 2020. D is special meeting executive session minutes from August 25th, 2020. E is special meeting open session minutes from September 1st, 2020. F is special meeting executive session minutes from September 1st, 2020. G is the payment of bills, and H is the home instruction plan. Can we have a motion?
I'll second.
All right, you got to make sure everyone's off the mutes. Okay.
Yeah, I don't. Can Joe just unmute himself and make a motion? I just feel a little concerned because we couldn't
Okay.
hear him.
Okay.
Sorry.
Motion?
Yeah, I move that we accept the approve.
Okay. And seconded by Rainey?
Yeah.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, guys. Is Joe with us tonight?
I am here.
All right, man. Financial
How are
update. It's yours.
Thank you, sir. Just a monthly financial report for the period of August 31st, 2020. We've utilized 5.8% of the FY21 amended budget. You'll see that starting to ramp up as we start to open up school. We're 16% into the year, but we've only spent not even half of that currently, percentage-wise. Really, that's all I have at this point in time, because there is no school lunch deficit to talk about unless anybody has any questions on that.
That's a first. Good. All right. Thank you, Joe.
Is yet to come. Thanks.
14, discussion approval, the food service contract renewal with Sedesco.
Members of the school committee, I recommend that there be a discussion/approval of the food service renewal for Sodexo. And I hope it goes without saying what a really tremendous partner Sodexo has been always. Certainly in these crazy times, they have gone above and beyond over and over and over again to make sure our kids and our families have food. So, and good quality food, meets all the standards and all the FDA requirements. Donna Walker and her team never fail to be creative. We jumped into distance learning in March, at the flip of a switch, and they were all over it. And they made sure we had bag lunches and breakfasts for any family in the district that needed it. And they continued that all throughout the summer. And then we're back on track for when school opens up again for the same service. So I highly recommend, with no reservation, that we approve the second year of the renewal of the 5-year contract for Sodexo.
We have a motion?
I'll make a
So
motion.
moved.
Motion by Joe, second by Rainey. All approve? Aye.
Aye.
Donna does a great job. So
Absolutely.
15, discussion approval, West Warwick High School handbook for the upcoming 2020-2021 school year.
Members of the school committee, I recommend that there be a discussion/approval of the West Warwick High School handbook for the 2020-2021 school year.
Yeah, and I'd like to just speak about that a little bit. The basic issue around the handbook is it was anticipated full opening of school, so it applies for full opening of school scenario, which is not one of the scenarios we have right now. So I think it's fine. I'm going to vote to approve it, but I think it would be good if we had at the beginning of it just some notice that saying due to the COVID-19 plans, some of the elements of the student handbook might have to be
May not pertain.
may not pertain. And I just want to add, this is something that Jessica Hassel now has done, is she's already said that Wizards do the right thing. So we're just going to say, just do the right thing and you'll be fine. Okay?
Yeah,
I want to thank Jessica Hassel for that.
Thanks, Joe. You make a really good point. That this is the handbook is no different than the building schedules or the budget or anything we spend a large part of the previous year doing.
Yep.
The handbook is one of them. We
Yep.
got the first recommendations back in December of 19 for the handbook for this year. And it's a really good example of something that,
Well,
COVID-19, it just doesn't align with.
Yep.
So, I'm actually glad that you mentioned it because, a lot of what we'll do starting out this year won't align with the handbook.
Yep.
But a couple of things, any given time, we don't know when we are going to go back in full, when there'll be a vaccine and it will be safe and then it will apply. But I'm confident that anything that comes up that needs to be addressed, anything that doesn't align with this handbook as written, that the staff at the high school is prepared to handle and communicate with families and kids. So thank you for bringing that up.
Good point, Joe. Can we have a motion to accept as is?
I move that we accept it with
Accept by
Second.
Great. All in favor?
aye.
Aye.
Number 16, discussion approval, addition of 2 courses to the West Warwick High School program of studies for the school year 2020-2021.
Members of the school committee, I recommend that there be a discussion/approval of the addition of the below 2 courses that's in your packet for the West Warwick High School program of studies for the 2020-2021 school year. And the first one is a work-based learning course with computer science for Rhode Island. And the second one is a teacher prep course. And we're really excited about both. And the second one is basically potential for a new pathway program for students who might be interested in becoming teacher. So this is an opportunity that's grant funded through the AFT, and it's in partnership with folks from higher ed, RIC, CCRI, URI,
That's great.
many of the other districts. So this is I'm really excited about this because this is a nice kind of segue to see what the interest was. And this course filled up right away at school when they did their course selections. So I'm really excited because if we can have kids jump into a teacher prep pipeline with us while they're in high school, that would serve us all very well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Home.
Yep.
Can we have a motion to accept the 2 new
Yep.
courses?
Yeah.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Rainey,
And I will second it, and I want to also second all that stuff that Karen just told us, because I think it's a great idea.
great. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Number 17, discussion approval, the first reading of the family and medical leave policy.
Members of the school committee, I recommend that there be a discussion/approval of the first reading of the family medical leave policy.
We
Aubrey,
have
I
a motion.
didn't know.
Aubrey,
Yeah, I just think, this is, it really just reiterates mostly federal law, but I'm not sure that it was always being implemented with fidelity. So I think we're just, enacting this policy to make sure that FMLA is enacted with fidelity, particularly at a time when we may receive more requests because of COVID related or tangential issues.
Great, thanks, Aubrey.
Good. That clears it up. Can I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Motion by Rainey, second. All in favor?
Aye.
18, approval, maternity leave request for a grade 4th teacher at John F. Horgan School.
Members of the school committee, I recommend that you approve the maternity leave request for a grade 4 teacher at John F. Horgan Elementary School, commencing on or about 10/5/20 through 1/1/21.
We have a motion to accept the maternity leave.
So moved.
Joe,
Second.
second. All in favor? Aye. 19, we have some resignations. A, full-time special education therapeutic program teacher assistant at the Maisie E. Quinn School.
Members of the school committee, I recommend that you accept the resignation of Megan McCarthy from the position of full-time special education teacher assistant in the therapeutic program at Maisie E. Quinn School, effective 8/13/20.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Rainey, second by Joe. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. B, part-time teacher assistant at Horgan Elementary School.
Members of the school committee, I recommend that you accept the resignation of Denise Lavoy from the position of part-time teacher assistant at John F. Horgan Elementary School, effective 8/21/20.
I move that we accept it.
Motion by Joe, second by Rainey. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And the last resignation is a part-time child outreach screener at the Maisie E. Quinn School.
Members of the school committee, I recommend that you accept the resignation of Melissa Poe from the position of part-time child outreach screener at Maisie E. Quinn School, effective 8/18/20.
We have a motion.
I move that we accept the resignation.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We have some new hires. Christine?
Yes. So I have a list of the new positions that have been filled and the people that we've hired to fill them. So we have the reappointment of part-time 0.5 positions, speech language pathologist at Quinn School, and Pat Delfonso will also service the private schools, effective 9/9/20 for this upcoming school year. We have a special education resource teacher at the high school, Ann Godin, effective 9/9/2020. We have a special education self-contained teacher in the secondary alternative and therapeutic program at Quinn, and Sean Rogan will fill that position, effective 9/9/2020. Special education, grade 5 collaborative teacher at Deering Middle School, Danielle Palazzo, a wizard, go Wizards. Always happy when the Wizards come back, work with us. World language teacher, Spanish and Italian at Deering Middle School, Samantha Scatone, effective 9/9/2020. Speech language pathologist at Wakefield Hills, as an itinerant, Erin Huggins, effective 9/9/2020. A full-time special education teacher assistant in the secondary therapeutic program at Quinn, Patricia Castillo, effective 9/3/2020. A part-time special education teacher assistant in the self-contained severe and profound floater at Wakefield Hills, Emerson Torum, effective 9/3/2020. Part-time special education teacher assistant in the self-contained severe and profound program as a floater, Rhonda Bucci, effective 9/3/2020. Grade 5 transition program teachers at Deering Middle School. That's the summer program for the incoming 5th graders. Lisa LaCampione, Melissa Perry Rogers, Pamela Kershaw, and Kayla Winnemiller, effective 8/25 through 8/26/2020. And teachers for our 21st Century Summer Academy program with the Kent County YMCA, Mary Flynn Bergeron, Kelly Hersey, effective 8/17 through 8/28/2020.
Great.
And that's
Welcome
it.
all the new hirees. Welcome.
Welcome.
At this point, we have the audience of citizens. It's a little different now being virtual. I'm not sure if there's anybody that's put questions out.
So, Mr. Lawton, I do have a question that a parent posted to me via email because they can't be here.
I can't answer that there.
Bailey.
I dare somebody to bark back.
I should have.
So I will forward the email to Michelle so she has it. But the question was from a parent that said, my question is, how do we go about requesting a change to the learning model our child was put in? And that was essentially the question that they asked.
All right, Karen, you can answer that.
Yeah, sure. That's easy. That parents should reach out to their building principal. And like I mentioned earlier in the meeting, the principals have done a great job trying to accommodate any requests for changes. So I would recommend that, or feel free to contact me and I can help facilitate that.
Jim, do you mind just putting the name on the record? Sorry.
No, I thought you would ask that. And the person is Tracy Dione.
Okay.
Dionne.
I love that growl. I love it. Is that the only question?
All right.
I guess so. All right. So
I don't see any other questions, and I didn't get any via email.
Okay.
So
Okay.
all right. Then thanks everybody for coming. Can I ask for someone to motion for adjourn?
I move that we adjourn.
Motion?
I'll second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. See you guys later. Stay
Thank
safe.
you, everybody.
Have a good
nice
week,
day.
everybody.
Take
Thanks.
care.